Hello, I'm back and I'm on landscape. Can you see me? Hello, flower pots. It's Wednesday night and it's time for night time with Nelly, with me, your Auntie Nelly. How are we all? Are we okay? Where are you watching me from? Are you watching? Can you see me? Give me a like. Give me a love. Give me a share. Let me know that you can see me and I'm actually the correct way up. Michael James Down says, I can see you. And Stacey Gold says, hello. Hello, everybody, and good evening. And thank you for joining me tonight on tonight's Night Time with Nelly. It is an over 18 show. There is strong language and talk of a sexual nature throughout. So if you are easily offended, then please, 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 off you fuck now. Also, can I just say that if you've never seen a Night Time with Nelly, what happens on Night Time with Nelly? Well, my gorgeous flower pots write into the page and I get messages worldwide. They go into a filtered inbox and they are problems. So I am an official international agony aunt and I always think that a problem shared is a problem solved. So it's Wednesday night, it's Night Time with Nelly, over 18s, talk of a sexual nature, strong language throughout. Any advice I give is purely for entertainment purposes. So please, 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 if the end of your knob is a luminous green, get to the doctors. If your fanny smells like Fleetwood Docks, get to the doctors. Any advice is entertainment purposes. If anybody comments on your comments with giveaway, you've won a prize, competition, gift, it's a scam, don't fall for it. The scammers are right in force at the moment. Desperate times make people do desperate things. So I hope that's explained it for you. And I can see that I've got my gorgeous neighbour, Roy Johnson, watching. Good evening, Roy. How are you, my darling? I've not seen you on a Night Time with Nelly for a while. So you're all joining me. So I used to live in Whitwick. Hi from Worcestershire, says Libby. Good evening. Maggie Olsen Lover is watching. Julianne Curran is watching from Stockport. It's my first time watching you, says Becky Webb. Oh, God. Okay, like I said, it's over 18s, only strong language and talk of a sexual nature throughout. And Kaylee says, I'm watching from Vancouver in Canada. So, yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. And you can guarantee that my Terry Peavor is watching me. So, good evening, Chief. And you can guarantee that my Bronwyn Harrison is watching in that they're Australia. And it will be morning. And Connor will definitely be in the bath, ready for tonight's Night Time with Nelly, as is my Stephen Sullivan up there in South Shields. Stephen Dodd says, can I have a shout out? And Mr. Mark Tickle says, evening, evening flower, I've not opened your WhatsApp just yet, but I've just seen you flash up. And I have to always take a deep breath before I open any WhatsApps from Mr. Mark Tickle. Julie Blake, hello there in Bournemouth. So without further ado, Janet Blake is watching in that there Canada, so it'll be quite early morning. Shall we get watching? Because Dave Smith is watching in Bath. And Kitty Morningstar says, how are you, Nelly? I'm absolutely fine, my darling. Today is a good day. So, oh, bear with me 1 second because I'm on the wrong Night Time with Nelly. Oh, here we go. Right. Are we ready? We're ready, aren't we? What we're thinking about the routes. April 13th, I'm booked in. 13th of April, I'm booked in. Fucking hell, it can't come soon enough. But anyway, I'll be off there. There's that hairdresser singing Back to Black. Anyway, this'll have to fucking do one day. Take me as I am. Or don't take me at all. You know what door is. And if you don't like it, hashtag bye Felicia. Dear Auntie Nelly, I am currently seeing someone who I have known a few years. But every time we meet up, it's just about sex. Don't get me wrong, I'm always up for a bit of vitamin D. Fucking hell. Oh, I'd love a bit of vitamin D at the best times. But how do I say that I'm not always looking for sex to him without sounding like a total prude? I would love to just cuddle and watch films without him poking me in the back, to be honest. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. When we start new relationships, or we start. Thank you, Mark Newell. Thank you. Yes, apparently I'm very Michelle Visage lately. Or Super Nanny. Entirely up to you. Preferably, I'd like to be J-Lo or Kim Kardashian, but I'll go with them too. That's fine. Okay, so let's start. So you've started seeing somebody and it's all very sexual and you don't feel like maybe you're making an emotional, intelligent connection with this person because everything's about sex. When we first start seeing people, it is all about sex, isn't it? You know, you start getting together, you really fancy each other, you can't keep your hands off each other. But if that's all it's about, is that all you want? So it's time to have the conversation, because not only are you maybe having great sex and it's nice to be desired and it's nice to be adored, but you're not having your emotional needs met, okay? So I would have the conversation and say, listen, what are you actually looking for in this commitment, in this relationship, in this friendship? Am I just a fuck buddy? Am I somebody that you only want to have sex with? Or do you see things progressing? Because I'd like to go for a walk. When we're allowed, I'd like to go out to dinner. I'd like to go to the cinema. I'd like to think we can have a holiday. I'd like to think that we're going to sort of like build up the relationship from just you giving me vitamin D. And just be honest, because if that's all he wants, then that's entirely up to you, isn't it, to say, well, all right, then the sex is great, but I know that I'm actually looking for more, therefore I'm not going to get it from you, and I have to look elsewhere. So you're also being honest and open to him and giving him also the option, okay? Because things happen to us that we allow to happen to us. So if you've slept with this guy and you allow him to sleep with you, obviously it's consensual, and he doesn't see a problem, that's all your relationship's going to be, unless you start putting boundaries in or saying, maybe, you know, I want something different, I need something more. And sometimes we have to walk away from relationships even though the sex is so good, because we know our worth, don't we? And we can get so much more, including the good sex, elsewhere. Moving on. Dear Auntie Nelly, I think my best friend finds my husband to be attractive. When she was staying over one night, she said, I'd love to have a threesome with him. She had a lot to drink, but not too much to know what she was saying. Then when we met my fiancé, she got a husband and a fiancé, hang on. When we met my fiancé in the park together, as I'm disabled, I can't go out alone. I'm not laughing at the fact that she's disabled, because I'm registered disabled. My partner just finished work. I jokingly said, oh, I love a man in uniform, to which my friend replied, me too, and proceeds to look at my partner up and down, right in front of us both. And my fiancé noticed, and it made us feel really uncomfortable. What should we do? I'm a bit uncomfortable with this message because I've no fucking idea what you've just fucking wrote in. I always say that I don't read the messages before I go live, because part of the fun is what is actually on the messages, and my advice for entertainment purposes is off the cuff. But you're saying you've got an husband who your best friend finds attractive, and she wants a threesome. But then you've been to the park because you couldn't go on your own because you're disabled, and you've had to go with your fiancé, and your friend has said, oh, I also like a man in uniform, and it's made you feel real uncomfortable. I don't really know what you're fucking on about, do you? I don't think you know what you're on about. Right, so let's just not go down there, because I feel like I've had too much to fucking drink to answer this. So if your friend ever says to you, right, if your friend ever says, oh, he's fit, your husband, I won't mind a bit of him, laughing a joke, you know your friend, especially your best friend, when they're laughing and joking. I've got lots of girlfriends who have incredibly handsome husbands, and I always have a laugh and a joke. It's like, oh, what's my husband up to today? Give him my love and tell him what time is to be home for his tea. We'll have a laugh and a joke. It is only a laugh and a joke. There's a girl code. Even if your best friend gets divorced from a husband and you meet in 5 years in a bar, you just have a catch up. You don't go there. There's a girl code. You just don't do it. It's just not normal behaviour. So whether that's your husband or your fiance is your husband to be, and you feel that your friend has really overstepped the mark and making it to where she's hinting that she wants a threesome. She's hinting that she finds your husband to be extremely attractive in a way where it's not a bit of a laugh and a joke. Then all I can say to you is you need to have that conversation and say, listen, I know I'm very blessed and very lucky and my husband to be is really handsome, but he's out of bounds. And also, do you really need to have that conversation? Do you not trust your partner? There's nothing really that you need to do. She can continue to fancy your husband, and if it gets to the point where it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you say, I don't like you speaking like that about him, please. I'd wish, I'd prefer if you didn't. And also, she can fancy him till cows come home, but if you trust your husband to be, if it's your husband to be or your fiance, whatever the fuck it is, if you trust him, don't matter how many women fancy him, if you trust him, it is with you, he's not going to cheat on you, is he? So there'll be no fucking thing such as a threesome. But the only conversation I'd have, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, just tell her, you're crossing the line there. It's not even a laugh and a joke, because we're all allowed to have a laugh and a joke about each other's partners. Absolutely. Like I've said, some of my friends' husbands are really attractive. And I've said, when you're leaving her and coming with me, or, we've been having an affair with me on Tuesday afternoon. But it's about trusting your friends and knowing that that's not real. It's a laugh and a joke. It would never go anywhere because there's this thing called girl code. Yeah? And if she continues on and it's really uncomfortable, she's not a friend, and fucking get rid of her and just be happy. Dear Auntie Nelly, my boyfriend last night told me he had this fetish for years. Ooh. I won't go into detail, but basically it involves poo and sucking noses. Eh? Noses? I was really freaked out. I know a lot of people have fetishes, but I've never heard of anything as weird as this. It's not normal, right? Question mark. Do you think it's normal? Question mark. Would you try and work through this or end the relationship? Right, so your boyfriend said to you, I want to have a conversation with you, #kitchen table. I've got a fetish and it involves poo. Okay. Some people have fetishes about excrement and shitting on each other, eating each other's shit, playing with shit, having shit in the hand while wanking. That's fine, okay? We call that hard sports, okay? It's a fetish. I have never, to this day, and I'm 47 years old and nearly a week, heard of anybody who has a fetish of sucking somebody's nose. I am not as shocked at the fact that he has a fetish about shit, but what on earth could he find sexy about sucking a nose? Not that I find shit sexy, okay? Don't find either of it sexy, but I've heard about shit fetishes. I have never heard anybody finding a fetish sucking noses. So I wouldn't be having the conversation of like, tell me more about this poo fetish. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sucking noses. That would be what I'd be asking him. It'd be like an interview. I'd be asking everything. Okay, so what you're saying is, do you actually agree to any of this? The conversation you need to have is, I really appreciate that you feel that, we're at a level in our conversation where Roy's just put on brown nose. Absolutely. Maybe he wants to shit on your nose, give you a brown nose and then suck the shit off. I don't know. The fact that he's got this fetish, does that mean that he now wants to introduce that within your sex life? Because if that's the case and it's a no, then it's not going to work, is it? Has he said, I'm telling you about this fetish because I want to introduce it in our love life? Or has he just said, I want to tell you about it because I want to tell you about it? That's where I'd be sort of weighing up the relationship. If he wants to bring shit and sucking of noses in the bedroom and it's not for you, then off you fuck now. If he's just telling you because he's telling you, like I could say, oh, do you know, I really like a man with green eyes, but he's got brown eyes. It's not going to end relationship, is it? I'm just saying it. So why has he actually said it? Okay. And please will you get some more information about his fetish on sucking noses? What kind of noses? A Roman nose, you know, a small nose, a turned up nose, a false nose. What kind of noses? And write into the page and let me know. Because I have never heard of a fetish from anybody that likes to suck noses. And I can't think it's a typo because you've typed really nicely. All right, would you try and work through this? I'd only try and work through that in the case of where, that's very nice that you've been able to tell me. I'm glad that we're at that stage in our relationship where you can be so open. But if you want to bring that in the bedroom, and I would make that clear as well, because he may think now he's told you that you're accepting of it. Then obviously if it's not for you, then yeah, end the relationship. Dear Antonella, my boyfriend and I have been together for 1.5 years. We enjoy sex very much. However, some of the things he is sexually attracted to, oh, for God's sake, are just disgusting to me. I love the word disgusting. He enjoys being dominated and treated as if he were a woman. He likes to wear women's clothes and makeup and wants me to act as if I were a man, including changing my vocal pitch, wearing a strap-on and calling him names. Changing your vocal pitch in bedroom, hang on. Oi, flower, I'm going to fuck you with my strap-on. I don't know why I'm doing that and showing you all my 17 chins. Just check it. So, what, he wants you to talk like a man as well, right? I'm going to fuck you tonight with my strap-on. I don't know how to talk as a man. Did that sound very manly? Did I do well then? Could I now be called Alan? So, I'm going to fucking smash you all over tonight. I'm going to pound your ass with my strap-on. And then have some of my asthma spray. Anyway, back in the room. Okay, so I tell him it makes me feel highly uncomfortable. And he tries to respect that. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, he'll ask me to do it. And I feel pressured to say yes, so as to not ruin the mood. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but it seems the only way around this is to do it. The difference is that I already have an established dislike for this. I love him with all my heart, and in every other aspect of the relationship I'm 100% satisfied, but we are having trouble resolving this. Please help. Why do you feel pressured? Why do you feel pressured in your relationship? Why do you feel that you have to say yes? That to me is more of a concern than him actually wanting you to fucking change your voice pitch and put a strap-on and him put your fucking Rimmel lipstick on. To me, when we're feeling like we have to say yes to something because we're being pressured, it is a form of abuse in a sense, because we're having to consent to something that we're not consenting to. So we're feeling that we're having to do something to make somebody else happy. And when we start doing that in the bedroom, we're not consenting, then it is a form of abuse. So he's abusing you in the sense of making you feel pressured in doing something that you don't feel comfortable with. And you really do need to make him aware of this. And regardless of whether you're in the middle of sex, it's in the mood, you feel like you're going to upset him, your relationship's absolutely fantastic, except this. If he loves you and adores you, as you do him, then you mustn't be doing it, because you can't do something that you feel that isn't very consenting. Sex should be fun. It should be intimate. It should be something you look forward to. Absolutely. And unless you've got that, then you haven't got that intimacy between you as a couple. And so all I see it as, him pressuring you, is very, very controlling. You know, so have the conversation and say, is there any way here that, you know, we can sort of, I want to make you happy in the bedroom, as I'm sure you want to make me happy. And I don't mind, you know, you having these kinks, because it's more of a kink than a fetish. But I feel really uncomfortable about it, you know, and I do feel that you pressure me. And I think when it does happen, if it does happen, it should happen naturally. How do you feel about this? And what if I don't want to do it? Is that something that's going to cause a problem? Is it something that you cannot live without? Because sometimes we can have fantastic relationships with people. It can be absolutely wonderful. We can have lots of fun, enjoy time together, leisure time. And then downtime, we can be on two different pages. And that just means that you've got a really good friend, but there's no chemistry. So I hope that answered your question a little bit. But I would say to anybody, don't ever consent to anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. If your gut is telling you it's not right, it's not right. Don't do it. And you give yourself a sore throat, keep changing your voice like that. It's not normal. I won't be fucking doing it again. Moving on. Dearest Nelly, my dearest Nelly. Can you imagine if anybody tuned in 5 minutes ago and I were doing that voice pitch thing, they'd think, what the fuck is she on me now? I could be fucking on me anything on a Wednesday night, really, couldn't I? My dearest Nelly, I met a very handsome man on Tinder. Oh, now then. We texted for a few days, then he asked me out on a date. During our date, he seemed very interested in our conversation, made good eye contact and subtle touching gestures. Ooh. He kissed me in the car and said didn't want the night to end. So we went back to his place and had what I call... Oh, I nearly did a big burp then. Oh, thank you, I feel better. I had some... Andrew's salts before I come live because I can't get warm today, you know. Anyway, let's go back to this. Okay, so we had what I call the best sex I've ever had 3 times in one night. Ooh. He even made a point to compliment me on my oral skills. We continued to text over a couple of weeks and I saw him one other time during this week. And again, he said that my oral skills brought him back from the dead. Right. Then he ghosted me a week later. Did I scare him with my sexual forwardness? After the ghosting, I asked him what I did wrong and he said nothing. That was 2 weeks ago. Then I got a booty call text message at 2 o'clock in the morning, which I replied to at 5 a.m. Why compliment me so much and then blow me off? Ha! Sounds to me like you were fucking blowing him off, Flower. The fuck are you doing replying to his messages at 5 o'clock in fucking morning? If you're not good enough to text at 8 o'clock at night, you're not good enough to fucking text at 2 o'clock in fucking morning when he fancies having a bit of a fucking blower. Oh, fuck that shit. I'm sorry, sweetheart. What are you, 10 to fucking 2 club? Fuck that. I'm asleep. If you don't message me at a decent hour, you ain't getting a message back. Fuck that shit. Is ghosting you because you've done something wrong? Absolutely not. That lad knew exactly what he were getting. Took you out, gave you a few gestures, you've jumped on his cock, you've had a bit of sex, you've given him a bit of a fucking blowjob, you've had a good time, he's had his fill. He don't fancy it again. You don't want pasta every night for your tea, do you? Some nights you want a bit of steak or a bit of gammon. You might want a fucking curry or maybe a Chinese. He's had what he wanted and he's moved on. But he knows that if he does text you at middle at night, you'll be there at his fucking beck and call because you've done it before. So stop answering to fucking booty call messages because you're better than that. Know your worth. You ain't no fucking side dish and you're certainly not a 10 to 2-er. Not if you're a flower pot, believe me. So don't be thinking any more of it. Move on. Get him fucking blocked. Get him in archives. Fuck him off. If you want to suck his cock again, do it because you want to, not because he's asked you to. Okay? Okay. This is never going to be a relationship, by the way, because it's already a recipe for disaster. Okay? Fucking hellfire. Why compliment me? What's he said? You brought me back from dead? That's not very sexy, is it? I've never sucked someone's cock and then they've told me that I brought them back from fucking dead. Like a fucking unwheeled them out at fucking morgue. Good evening, Antonella. Good evening. Oh, everyone's anonymous, by the way. So if you have got a dear Antonella, please write into the page. Fix them grace, somebody's put. I will on 13th of April, Flower. I will. If you find it offensive, you know, unfollow, block, off your fuck, Flower. Good evening, Antonella. I'm just going to jump right in. Let's go. I've been very close to my best friend for 5 years now. She's always been there when I needed her and I always returned the favour. The problem is that she's newly married and she tells me everything that she does in the bedroom. I was fine with the girl talk until she told me that when her and her husband have sex, he pulls out and ejaculates on his own stomach and then licks the cum off him. Then she told, well, that's one way to get your fucking protein, Flower. It's cheaper than getting tablets. Then she told me that she was sitting on the couch and fell asleep. She was awakened by, oh dear God, by her 24-year-old. Anyway, are you ready? Are we ready for this? I've read the line before. She was awakened by her 24-year-old stepson rubbing his penis on her foot, and she just let him finish what he was doing. I am so grossed out by this, as am I. I'm extremely grossed out by this, and I did say I took some Andrew's salts before I come live. I actually feel like I need fucking anti-sickness now. I was so grossed out by this that I have not really spoke to her since. She asked why I wasn't around much more, and I told her that I felt differently about her now, and she told me to stop being a prude. Do you think I'm being a prude? We do discuss our sex lives with our best friends. We do, you know, me and our Vicky, you know, we do. We tell each other things that might happen with our partners in bedroom. I don't think I've ever said where he actually shoots his load. I've never actually said, oh, and he shoots his load on my tits, on my face, in my ear, up my nostril, in my belly button, up my arse, and then he licks it out. We've never gone that far, and that's not because I'm a prude. I'm not a prude. Just because that's sometimes too much information. Okay? My Vicky knows about all my sexual exploits because she's my best friend in the world. And I know all about hers. But we don't actually go that far. Okay, she'll say, have you fucked him? Yeah, I fucked him. Did he finger you? Yeah, I let him finger me. Whatever. Simple as that. That's as far as we go. As for then her falling asleep on the couch and then waking up to her stepson humping her foot with his penis and coming all over her foot, and she led him. Talk about keeping it in the fucking family, Flower. I mean, what kind of family are we talking about here? I'd be absolutely fucking horrified. Has she told her husband? What is actually going on here? Where does it go from here? Why would she let him finish? Why would she not scream and say, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm supposed to be your stepmother. Yeah, I think whatever's happening in that household sounds to me like it's quite toxic. Stay away and just say to her, look, I feel really uncomfortable. It's too much information and I don't like what's happening with your stepson. You either tell him not to do it again or you do what you want. You're a grown woman, you're a grown adult, but I don't want no part of it. I don't want to know. It's not me sick. And if you think that's correct behaviour and you think I'm a prude, well, I'd rather be a prude because I don't agree with that at all. And I hope you're going to be okay. Bye. Oh, well, it's made me go all funny that I've got a bit of stick in my mouth. Can you imagine waking up and someone's fucking rubbing the fucking cock all over your foot and then coming on it and you led them and you just, I mean, if you have the conversation with your friend and say, You'll never believe what happened. I were in that much shock and fear that I pretended to still be asleep. I didn't know what to do. Fair enough. But she's let him finish and then tells you and then says, oh, fuck off, you're a fucking prude, you are. I mean, fuck me, Pink. There's not a lot of things I won't do. There's not a lot of things I haven't done. And I always do an over 18 show. Nothing really shocks me. But even I'm shocked at that. And I'm not a fucking prude. I reckon most of my flower pots watching this evening are probably quite grossed out. Are you quite grossed out? Because I am quite grossed out. It's disgusting. Nighttime with Nelly. Hi Nelly, can you help me? I'm 47 years old, larger lady. My problem is I have no confidence at all in every area of life. And I'm ashamed to say that I've never had a boyfriend and so I am still a virgin. Is there anything you could suggest to help with confidence issues and help me live a normal life? I don't think you should be ashamed or embarrassed that you're 47, I'm 47, and that you've never had a boyfriend and you're a virgin. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed or embarrassed about. I just think that that's one of them things where you've not actually met somebody that floats your boat. You know, you've not met somebody yet that's worthy of your time or of your love. So I would say that that's certainly not anything at all to feel ashamed or embarrassed about, number one. Okay, number two. Okay, so you want a little bit more confident. You're saying you're a larger lady and you're thinking that that might be knocking your self-confidence, your self-esteem. So what are you doing about that? Are you actually taking progressive steps to maybe, you know, look at living a little bit of a healthier lifestyle? Are you looking to improve what you're doing? Nelly, block Michael, he is trolling. Who is Michael? I can't see a Michael. If I see a Michael, I will block him, but I can't see a Michael. And because I always say at the beginning now of every show, you know, if anybody comments on your comments with giveaway prize competition, it's these people, and because they know they can't comment because you'll report them, so please do report him, they've started trolling instead. So okay, so how to give yourself confidence. So it's about loving yourself firstly, because if you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love anybody else? Love RuPaul. Anyway, so you know, so don't be thinking because that I can't see a Michael, so I have a feeling that he's commenting on you all, but he's blocked me. So, yeah, I can't see him. So I can only apologise. And when I come off the live, I'll have a look into the back office and try and do it that way. But I can't do it if I can't see him. He's blocked me, if you will, if that helps. Okay, so take steps towards living a healthier lifestyle. Don't be thinking because you're a larger lady, that's why you've not had a boyfriend or you've not had sex yet. Don't be thinking that, because ladies come in all shapes and sizes and there's somebody out there for everybody. What I want you to do is start living a healthier lifestyle. Start looking after yourself a little bit better in the sense of where find yourself attractive. Do things that make you feel good. Talk to yourself in a way that you talk to others. No negative talk to yourself. The way we talk to ourselves is the most important conversation we will ever have. Ever. So do not talk to yourself in a negative way because it sets a negative mindset. Okay, so that's what... Oh, hang on. I've just seen something. Blocked. He's blocked. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think I've blocked him. If he carries on, let me know. But I think I've blocked him. I think. What the fuck is going on today, says Sarah. I ain't got a fucking clue. We've just had somebody who's had her stepson wanking on his foot. Right, so I've blocked a Michael John. I'm hoping it's the right one. So fingers crossed, okay. So that's what we would do. So start thinking about how you talk to yourself. So how do you talk to yourself firstly? How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself in a way where you go, oh, it's no fucking wonder I've never had sex and I'm 47 and I haven't got a boyfriend. It's no wonder because I'm fat. You know, so only talk to yourself the way that you talk to others. So once you start talking to yourself in a positive way, you're going to feel more positive. By feeling more positive, you're going to feel more confident. By feeling more confident, you're going to raise your self-esteem. And you're going to look in yourself in a way going, I know what I've got to offer. I know what I've got to offer. And that's going to start coming out of your pores. You're going to have this wonderful aura about you. So it's about small steps. And if you are worried about still being a virgin, I wouldn't worry about it, because once it's gone, it's gone. I have still got my anal virginity though, and I'm ever so proud about that. For my next wedding. Not my next engagement. I'm good at them. I'm just not good at weddings. So there we go. So I want you to concentrate on them little steps. My inbox is always open. Should you want to speak to me personally, please do. Because you are worthy. You do matter. And you deserve love, because it sounds to me that you're reaching out looking for something, and if I can help you, I will. Okay? Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, what the hell's going on here now? I have a problem. This is for night time with Nelly, and thank you. I am unsure what to do about my girlfriend. She is cheating on me with another guy. I have called her many times, sending nudes on Snapchat. Oh, but she says it's for you, baby boy. It's not. Also, on more than one time, I have found condoms filled with cum, and they are not mine because I fuck her bareback. Nice, isn't it? I was going to say to her, who are you cheating with? But then I saw a video by accident which sounded like my brother saying, come over to work at the same time. She said that video was April Fool's. This would ruin my relationship with my family if I fall out with my brother. What the hell do I do, Nelly? I have no idea what the hell you're going on about. You think your girlfriend's cheating because she's sending nude snaps to somebody, and you found condoms full of cum and they're not yours, right? Even if she is fucking your brother, right, couldn't give a fuck. Let her cheat on him like she's cheated on you if that's your suspicion. Get rid of her. Whether she's cheating or not, you've no trust in this relationship, and you can't have a relationship with anybody that you don't trust. Without trust, there's no relationship. She's sending fucking naked snaps. They're not coming to you and you're a boyfriend. You're finding Johnnies full of fucking cum and they're not yours. Fucking get rid of her. And if she wants to shag your brother, fucking let him crack on, because she won't be shagging you no more. And you're shagging a fucking bareback, you must be fucking simple. Because if you're shagging a bareback and she's shagging your brother, she'll be shagging others. So get rid of her. Let your brother crack on. Don't fall out with your family, and get yourself down to the doctors and have a little STI test and make sure you're all right, Flower. That's what the hell you do. Oh, God. Dear Nighttime with Nelly, should I stay with the person who cheated on me 2 months before our wedding? That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. Should I stay with the person who cheated with me 2 months before our wedding? No. No, you shouldn't. But you should certainly have a conversation as to why he felt he needed to cheat, what was going wrong in the relationship. Take some ownership, because I usually find it's not always, you know, people do cheat and the other person's completely unaware and they've absolutely done nothing. You know, they're just be a cheating cunt. And if he can cheat on you 2 months before at wedding, he'll cheat on you. If you let him come back and accept that that was okay behaviour, it could happen again. So you're asking me, should I stay with my partner who cheated me? Should I stay with the person who cheated on me 2 months before our wedding? The answer is no. Moving on. No. Just no. And 2 months before your wedding as well, should you not be in like a lovely love bubble because you're nearly getting married, you're counting down the days, you're like buying flowers and ribbons and cakes and shit? Fuck off. Dear Auntie Nelly, I've got myself in a bit of a state. I've been going out with a fella for almost 2 years and been engaged for 1. I love him, but recently I'm finding it hard to sleep with him. There is an age difference and I'm 10 years older. I don't know if I should end it, as I can't see I can't see. I can't. Oh, I don't know if I should end it, as I can see he's getting pissed off with keep trying it on. Can you help me, hun? I hate being called hun or babe. I fucking hate hun, babe, chick. Fuck off with your fucking hun. Why don't you want to have sex anymore with your partner? He's 10 years younger, you're 10 years older. Age is just a number as long as it's legal. Why don't you want to have sex? And you're supposed to be getting fucking wed, are you? Hang on. Yeah, you've only been together 2 years, engaged for 1. You know, maybe you've fallen out of love with him. Maybe you don't fancy him anymore. What is the reason that you no longer find him attractive, desirable, you adore him, you want to be intimate with him? You know, if that's gone and he's getting pissed off because he's trying to make a move on you and you're pushing him away, you know, there's a problem. There's a massive problem. So you either sit him down at kitchen table and say, listen, are you 10 years older and you're going through menopause, perimenopause? You know, have you got hormonal imbalance? Have you got a bit of depression? Are you on antidepressants? Have you got work problems? Have you got money problems? What's going on? Why has your libido changed? Or is it not a case of my libido changed? Is it a case of, I can't stand sweetie either when people go, are you all right, sweetie? I'm fucking smacking it face with an Accrington red brick. You know, you can't keep rejecting your partner because I get that many messages on a weekly basis telling me that the partner's no longer making advances, you know, and then you're going to go through where you are feeling like you want to and he's no longer going to want you. So you need to be really speaking about why your libido has changed. And if your libido hasn't changed and you've just gone off him, then be honest and give your ring back or save it like me. Because I've got 117 engagement rings if Vera Wang is watching. Moving on. I don't have any problems at all, Auntie Nelly. Oh, okay. But I'd love you to give my beautiful wife a shout out. She's called Shelley Williams and she's absolutely the best. Hello, Shelley Williams. I've got a nighttime with Nelly question. I hope you can help me. I like having pain, oh God, inflicted on me during sex. But my husband, is strong and he's afraid he will hurt me. We have a safe word, but he still daren't inflict pain on me. How can I convince him I'm not a delicate little flower and I can take it? How did you get to be husband and wife without finding this out? How did you get to be husband and wife? So you want your husband to inflict pain on you, but he's going, oh, for fuck's sake, I don't want to do that. I'm a big lad, me. And if I start fucking inflicting pain on you, might kill you, flower. Because it's not quite sexy, that, is it? So you've got a safe word. So you're obviously doing things in the bedroom already that's a little bit, you know, not very vanilla. So why don't you just say to him, look, I know you don't want to inflict lots of pain on me because you're a big lad and you might twat me and hurt me, but I like it. It's what I like. So why don't you start off with showing him your pain threshold? So saying to him, I want you to do X, Y, Z, and and you saying, yeah, that's okay. And the more that you show him your pain threshold and the more you experiment, the more he'll feel comfortable and confident. Because I think it's quite nice, the fact that he goes, I don't want to do that to you. You're my wife and I love you and I don't want to hurt you. Or is it a case of he's saying, no, I'll hurt you because he doesn't want to do it? So there's two flips of the coins there. He either really does think he's going to twat living daylights out, yeah, you'll end up in A&E and he'll end up in a fucking cell. Or he just doesn't want to do it because it's not his bag. And some people don't like pain. They just don't like it. And have the conversation with him and ask him outright, is it because of A or is it because of B? Because he might be frightened or he might just not like it. So, yeah, that's it. So, and if he says, well, I don't know, let's give it a go. You know, go through pain thresholds and what's acceptable, and please have a safe word. Tonight is a mad one, says Becky Walker. I think so. I needed more than fucking Andrew's liver salts. Please keep an on. Everything that comes into the page is always anonymous, you'll be pleased to know. I recently found out that my sister and my ex-boyfriend have started having a thing. I became aware of this when he started coming round to see her and not me. I can hear them having sex, but apparently I'm wrong for being upset and not wanting them to be involved with each other. It's every possible girl code broken, let alone by a sibling. If it was the other way around, she would be causing all kinds of hell, but am I just meant to sit back and allow it? What could I do? So your ex-boyfriend's actually coming round and fucking your sister now, and he's actually your ex-boyfriend, and she thinks that's all right and should keep your gob shut. Fucking talk about girl code. We've already mentioned girl code. I mean, it's all right your mate's doing it, but your fucking sister's actually fucking your ex. Well, I'll tell you what I'd be fucking doing. I'd be saying, hey, there's half a tampon here. It's only got half a spool of blood on it. Do you want that and all? And fucking throwing a fucking tammy at her head. I'd be giving her half my fucking dinner. I'd be bringing it back up and saying, there, I've sicked my dinner up. Do you want that as well? Fucking talk about fucking sloppy seconds. A dirty bastard. And the dirty bitch. You know, it's just not acceptable behaviour. It's not. But I would be giving her everything. I would. It's just absolutely not acceptable. Does she not understand? And like you said, she'd cause holy hell if it were other way around. That's a fucking lootly. She'd cause holy hell. It's absolutely not acceptable. This is your sister. You know, your blood. And she's putting you in a position which is making you feel uncomfortable. It's not right. It's absolutely not right. You know, and he's coming to ice what for? Fucking leftovers. Eh? What? He'll be sucking your fucking dad's dick next to see what you're both fucking made of. No, I'm sorry. Have the conversation and say, can you not understand why this is really unacceptable? This is unacceptable because. And then if she really doesn't understand, say, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you start going fucking him at his house? Why does he have to come here? Tell your mum and dad. You know, there's a line that she's crossed and it's not acceptable. Oof. Dear Auntie Nelly, is it a bad thing to get with someone younger than you? Younger than 47? No. Also, how do you start a conversation about what you both want from each other? I'm scared he just wants foot buddies and I want more. Oh, for the love of Jesus, here we go. Don't know how old you are, they're anonymous. So, is it alright to get with somebody younger than you? It's absolutely fine to have a sexual relationship or a relationship with somebody who's younger than you, as long as it's all legal and you're not going to get pedo hunters knocking on fucking door, right? Number 2, you said, how do I have a conversation about what he wants? Hiya, my name's Anonymous Flowerpot. Hiya, Anonymous Flowerpot, my name's Anonymous Flowerpot. So, how are you? You had a nice day? Yeah, very good. What you looking for? Oh, well, I'm not looking for anything serious. There's usually a red flag for I'm just looking for sex. So why don't you just ask him? Bye, Stephen Sullivan. Love you. Good luck with story time with Stevie, which I will tune in after this. You know, why don't you just fucking ask him? Ask him outright and say, listen, I'm not looking for just fuck buddies. So if that's what you're looking for, I don't want to waste your time and I certainly don't want to waste my time. Just ask him. Just fucking ask him. That's how you start a conversation. Just ask. It's all right to ask people what they're looking for. Sometimes people may say to you, I'm not looking for anything serious, to be honest with you, because I've just come out of a relationship, or, do you know what? I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know, but I'd like to, you know, get to know somebody, maybe go out to dinner, see how it goes, see if there's a bit of chemistry, take it from there. As long as you're honest about it, you put it on the table, then it's your decision. But if people are saying, oh, well, I'm looking for a long-term commitment, I want marriage, that's another fucking red flag, because they don't even know what your fucking star sign is and what you like doing on a Thursday night. So, have the conversation. Tonight has been absolutely fucking insane, hasn't it? I think. Anyway, that's been night time with Nelly. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. My apologies that I didn't come live on Sunday. Because I didn't get up till 10:30. And I've told everybody I've met, because that's not like me. I don't sleep in. And Sunday, I woke up at 10:30 and I couldn't get fucking motivated. I couldn't get going. Anyway, there we go. So that's why I didn't come on Sunday service, but I'll be here this Sunday. Okay, I'll set my alarm. which I haven't had to do for a long time. So whatever you do with the rest of your evening, enjoy. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. Hopefully I've brought the troll. And if you get anybody that comments with competition, gift, giveaway, it's a scam. Report it, don't fall for it. Any advice I've given on tonight's Over 18 show was purely for entertainment purposes. And I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. Keep writing into the page, because without you dear Auntie Nellies, there are no shows. See you all soon. I love you all, flower pots, and thanks for watching.